This is a Charles Van Morgan presentation. The soul of Tennessee. Tennessee, we stand at a crossroads. Our values, our very way of life hang in the balance. The ballot box is not just a place to cast a vote. It's where we determine our destiny. Every single vote matters. Every voice deserves to be heard. We cannot be silent. Our future depends on it. This election is about more than just policies. It's about who we are. We will choose leaders who will reflect our values, leaders who understand the importance of faith, family, and freedom. Or will we allow the political crowds and elites to continue dictating our lives from afar? The choice is clear. The crowd chose Barabbas instead of Jesus because Barabbas demanded nothing from them. No self-examination, no repentance, no acts of mercy or forgiveness. We are not the crowd. We can fight harder, voting ourselves and letting others know to go vote to overcome the wickedness, and we can win elections. We must elect representatives who will fight for us, who will stand up for what is right, even when it's difficult. Charles Van Morgan is trained with life-learned battles, circumstances, and opportunities, all put in place, given by God to enable him to be your leader for all Tennesseans. This isn't about left or right. It's about right and wrong. We, the people of Tennessee, deserve better. Let's make our voice heard. Let's reclaim our state. Life is precious. It's a gift. We must protect it. That means standing up for the unborn and defending the sanctity of life. Every life has value, from conception to natural death. This is non-negotiable. We also have a right to live in safety and security. Open borders threaten our communities. Illegal immigration undermines our sovereignty and puts our citizens at risk. Our law enforcement officers need our support. We must give them the resources they need to do their jobs effectively. Defunding the police is not the answer. It's dangerous and reckless. We need to get rid of the cronyism in our law enforcement and Tennessee courts. Cronyism is the appointment of friends and associates to positions of authority without proper regard to their qualifications. There are complaints that cronyism is behind the rise of various executives through the ranks in Tennessee that hurts public safety. We have a 35% increase in deaths on Tennessee roadways due to Governor Lee's undeserved, unqualified, but political promotions. His promotions have proved to be deadly to Tennesseans. Tennessee deserves safe streets and secure borders. Let's elect leaders who will make that a reality. Charles Van Morgan led the state of Tennessee for decades in lowering traffic deaths on Tennessee roadways. He has a history of proven success of the most importance to you, Tennesseans, life and death. More lives were saved and protected under Charles Van Morgan. God's design, our identity. God created us male and female. This is not a social construct. It's a biological fact. We must reject the radical gender ideology that is sweeping our nation. Men should not be allowed to go in little girls' restrooms or compete in women's sports because they identify as women. It has no place in Tennessee. Our children are being bombarded with confusing and harmful messages about gender. Schools are pushing radical gender theory on our kids. This is child abuse, plain and simple. We must protect our children from this insanity. We must also bring back religious moral beliefs back into our schools. And yes, give the students opportunity to learn the Bible. The belief that mass killers will go to hell is something the young need to be presented with. I believe this truth, along with the love of God, will lessen mass shootings. I believe the unforgiven are in hell. Safety at school should be a priority with as much protection as in courthouses. The family is the foundation of society. We must strengthen families. Every single home Even single homes and single-parent families not undermine them. Give women assistance when they have unplanned pregnancies. Marriages between one man and one woman. This is the natural order of things. Legal unions for medical benefits of same-sex couples should not be marriages. We will not be silenced on this issue. We will not back down. Our values are under attack and we must fight back. Dignity, not division. America is the greatest country on earth. We are a nation founded on the principles of equity and opportunity. We must never forget that. We must reject the divisive rhetoric of identity politics. It only serves to divide us. The woke mob wants to silence anyone who disagrees with them. They want to control what we think and say. This is dangerous and un-American. We must stand up to them. We believe in individual responsibility, hard work, and the rule of law. We must stop the Tennessee government from favoring those in power and their families and putting down with no opportunities others whom they dislike. It's not the function of government authorities to keep some down for no justifiable or some made-up false reason and allow themselves a free ride on our tax dollars. These are the values that have made America great. We must never abandon them. Martin Luther King Jr. dreamed of a day when his children would be judged not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That dream is under attack. We must revive it. It's now not a race issue. It's a battle between the have and have-nots. It's between the rich and the poor, with the rich exploiting the poor. The rich flipping the financial system the wrong way. High risk, even in the financial systems, works with those who borrow money that are at risk of slowly paying it back, must pay back more money, but at a higher interest rate because the bank, those that loan, take a risk of losing money, and that's fair. But rich, like former Governor Haslam, take almost no risk in their convenience stores, paying low wages to clerks at his stores who take all the risk. These stop and rob Haslam convenience stores have the highest murder rates of any profession. 350 clerks get murdered every year compared to about 70 police officers. So convenience store is more dangerous than being a police officer. Yet although clerks take all the risk, Haslam takes almost none and gets most of the money. That's the financial system flipped on its head, wrongly in favor of the rich against the poor. This must be changed across the board. The Tennessee government must make laws to be fair to workers, and Charles Van Morgan understands and will help the working poor fight the exploiters like Haslam and his buddy Governor Lee. The spectrum of corruption. Let's be honest, our political system is corrupt. Corruption is rampant. Both parties are to blame. Special interests have too much influence. Lobbyists roam the halls of power, buying off politicians and influencing legislation. It's time to drain the swamp. We need term limits for all elected officials. We need to get rid of the career politicians who are more interested in enriching themselves than serving the people. Tennessee deserves honest leadership. We need leaders who will put the interest of the people first. It's time for a change. The change is your vote for Charles Van Morgan. We can't climb this huge hill rigged by a Democrat and Republican elite without you. It's not the Democrat and Republican people. It's the elite at the top who have deceived you into voting for them. It's not your fault. We can change this. It's supposed to be the will of the people, not elite Democrat and Republicans at the top who pull the strings in their favor. Vote for your independent candidate, Charles Van Morgan, and contact all to do the same. This message is approved by Charles Van Morgan. Thank you very much.